Wow, what happened to my Boxster? Just kidding. This is a 99 2.5 liter Boxster. Basically just a shell. Picked this up from a friend. It had a good trunk lid and a good hood without any dents. That's why I bought the car, just those two pieces. When I got it home, I realized it had AC condensers, it had radiators, it has radiator fans, it's got good fenders. Let's see here, doors, window regulators, brake booster, ABS. So I'm just gonna rip a few parts out of this first. The car was $320, so I figured it's worth it, even just for the good body panels I do need. It was the right color, which is fabulous to find. But just good body parts, and even still has most of the front suspension and the steering rack, so I don't know how far I'll go with that, but the fact that it's there is kind of impressive. But right now I'm just lifting it up, kind of sketchily, trying to get the lift underneath it enough where I might be able to actually get at some of the things underneath without dying. If it looks too sketchy, I'm just going to leave the rack and the suspension and stuff in there. But I'd like to be able to get the radiators and a couple just easy little parts out that might, you know, sit around and help another Boxster owner in the future. So and that's what I'm doing with this thing. Later, maybe if I have time, maybe, probably not today, rip apart the 3.2 from my S and see what happened. At some point, I still have to de-pin this thing through the entire engine harness, which is going to be a blast. Find where that goes, and then pin it into my my Boxster S, just to get the temperature gauge working properly. Driving around with that OBD2 temp gauge actually works pretty well, but that won't hold up for somebody that might want to buy the car. So lots to do, lots to do. Obviously separating out aluminum, because that's worth way more to scrap it as well. Lots of fun stuff, lots of fun stuff. Well, everything's actually pretty cleverly laid out on this car, but it's still a huge pain. Got the radiators, radiator fans, and shrouds out from both sides. Took the fender liners. I looked it up. Those things are actually worth a pretty penny. Front subframe with a rack. You just never know. Maybe. ABS pump, master cylinder. Pulling all the copper out of this thing. I actually got some here from Brexit that I got to throw in that pile. I will take the doors. Fenders are in pretty nice shape. Took the subframe out of the back too, which is actually in two pieces. It's a little bit interesting. AC compressor, probably. Secondary air pump, yeah. There's an engine bay fan in there, sure. I do have to pull the dash support beam out, as well as probably the HVAC unit to get all the copper. Debatable whether that's worth my time or not. As well as actually devising a clever way to get these doors open. I think if I air up the bags in the trailer, I can get pretty close. So I'll try that first. If not, I'll use the lift for a little bit of assistance. But I just couldn't let a lot of that get thrown away. I'm sure it has some value to some Boxster owner. Normally I wouldn't bother with a car like this, but it only has 36,000 miles on it apparently. So I actually believe it, looking at the condition of these radiators and fans and stuff, they look pretty much brand new. So well worth a couple minutes. But yeah. I gotta stop buying cheap stuff. I should brought out the little compressor. I want to show you guys this trailer.